Hi, we are on to lesson 3, and I'm going to be continuing about note values. Please take note that if you are only in grade 1 or 2 level, you do not need to look at the stuff. If you're grade 3 and above, it's probably worth knowing because it's not that difficult. First things first, I ended up with a jumble of words trying to describe what happens after the hemi-demi-semi-quaver. And the answer is that you start again. So 5 stripes is a semi-hemi-demi-semi-quaver. 6 stripes is a semi-demi-hemi-demi-semi-quaver. And 7 stripes is a semi-demi-hemi-semi-demi-hemi-quaver. You do not need to know any of that. So why am I telling you? I just wanted to correct myself. I do need to know these things myself. And you'll need to know them for grade 7 or 8 theory, which you probably won't do, or if you're doing matric theory. There are other types of notes that we haven't been through yet. I told you about the semi-breve, and I explained that the word semi means half. So if a semi-breve is worth 4 counts, then we've got something which must be called a breve. Now this you do need to know for grade 5 theory exams. If that's semi as 4, double it, and you have an 8 count note. Now surely that means that there must be a 6 count note somewhere, right? Now I told you about the purpose of a dot. Do you remember last time I spoke of what a dot does? It takes half of the value of the original note and it adds it to it. Again, so if this was 4 plus half of 4 is 2, that makes the 6 count note. Okay, it's called a dotted semi-breve. Right. What I've done is moved us a little closer and I wrote in those words, so feel free to pause and write them in. I also want to look at the notes that we find in compound time. I'm going to write that word for you because this is important. By grade 5, you need to know the difference between compound versus simple time. Okay. Now, simple time is when you get things like 2 crotchets in a bar. 2-4 means 2 of these guys in a bar. So this is what 2-4 looks like. 2-4, dong dong. 3-4, this is very simple. When you hear it like this, is 3 crotchets in a bar. And 4-4. Okay, nice and simple, right? But let's look at what compound time means. You will have played pieces that are in 6-8, for instance. Now we could write this out the long way and go, this means it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quavers in a bar. This is what determines what type of beat you've got in a bar. Now it's as simple as this, because you probably want to know, where does this originate from? Why does that stand for crotchets? Why does that stand for quavers? They call a semi-breve a whole note. Who's they? Americans call that a whole note. It fills a whole bar if a bar is in the most common time signature. You get one whole one of those in there. So what do you call each of those? If you're in America, we call them crotchets in England and in South Africa. If you're in America, we call them a quarter note because each one of them represents a quarter of the bar. And that bar, that time signature, is 4 quarter notes. 4 times quarter notes per bar. That's what it means. This is 6 times eighth notes per bar. All right. Now, 6/8 time always seems to have a swing to it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe if I sing it like this. Merrily, 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 oh, life is but a dream. We can split that into merrily, 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 oh. I'm basically doing either 6 quick notes or I'm doing 2 strong beats. Merrily, 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 oh. There are lots of tunes that are in 6/8. And what you'll notice is that conducting them is best done down, up, down, up. So now you're going to ask me, maybe, why not 3 times? Look at what my hand is doing if I'm conducting it. Merrily, 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 oh. It's quite a quick 3 beat. It's got much more of a natural merrily, 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 oh. A natural kind of swinging 2 beats to it, right? So in all likeliness, we'll find out that that is written in 6 quavers in a bar rather than 3 beats. Songs that are written in 3 beats in a bar are songs like three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a definite waltz. Whereas things like row, row, row your boat actually are in 6/8 beats in a bar. But you will, over time, get to experience more and more songs and see why 6/8 sounds more logical than doing 3 quick beats. We don't want to be going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. People can't waltz around a room at that speed. 6/8's always got to skip. Da, 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 da. You can skip down the road to it. All right. This is the best way to represent what you see in a 6/8 song. What are those? So we've got what we know of as the crotchet beat with 1. What does a dot do to it? We know now. A dot adds a half of its value. Therefore, it is worth 1.5 crotchet beats. How do you represent 1.5 crotchet beats with quavers? Easy. 1.5. And you group them in 3s in compound time. Okay, so that is the first compound time signature. You can also get 9/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And guess what else? Oh, sorry for bumping the stand. I've got my phone on a stand for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12/8. That comes into a basic 4 beats in a bar. That sounds like a basic 3 beats in a bar. Da 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 da. I can't think offhand of an example of that. That one is much more common. All right. That is the difference between compound and simple time. Is that usually you're going to see an 8 underneath, and it's split into 3, so it's split into these guys. Dotted crotchets. Important word there. dotted crotchet. That is important. Please know that, and if you don't understand, let me know.